Of course, I'm very fascinated by the discussion because world-class universities topic is now very popular among all the higher education sectors people. And they mention some Indian perspective or the China or some another country's perspective. And of course, each university's people are very interested in how to make the world-class university. But at the same time, today, sorry, I don't have opportunity to give some comment to them. But to tell the truth, maybe some persons mentioned this one. The world-class university always decided by the ranking system. And ranking system is always mentioned about how each university's research ability or capacity is clarified. But in my opinion, maybe the university's social responsibility is, of course, the research is very important, but at the same time, always we must attach importance to how the students learn a lot of things from the various perspective, and in that maybe education perspective should be very important. In my opinion, maybe ranking system usually don't mention about how each university can contribute to the education activities. So if we can consider that point when we make the world-class university, I think it's very good. Of course, now the current world-class universities in the world, very high top, the 10 universities can contribute not only the research, but also the education. That's very important. And I think maybe another point to be considered is what is the responsibility of each country's higher education sector. We must grow up the next generation and next leaders. In that case, of course, we need to raise up the ranking, but at the same time, we must educate the young leaders. So in that means, what kind of the education or what kind of research we must promote more from now. This is my first visit, not only to Symbiosis, but also India. So I am researcher on the international higher education, and I have been very interested in the Indian higher education the progress so far, because you sent a lot of the international students to the world, and some of the universities in India have been making a great progress. So from our Japanese perspective, we would like to learn a lot of things from your case. Maybe the day after tomorrow, I will talk about a short presentation on the internationalization at home. And in my presentation, I'd like to compare the Indian case and the Japanese case. Maybe some points are very similar, and we have some points to be shared. But from the Japanese perspective, maybe the Indian cases, maybe yours medium of instruction, basically English. So you don't have to be worried about that point, but the Japanese one, we must worry about that point also. So that's why anyway, the day after tomorrow, I'd like to talk about how the internationalization at home should be also very important. So thank you very much for giving me wonderful opportunity to join this wonderful conference.